Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm met with ASEAN ambassadors and chargé d'affaires in Hanoi on Tuesday afternoon. Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm reaffirmed Vietnam's foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, peace, friendship, cooperation and development, while stressing that ASEAN remains one of Vietnam's key priorities. The Vietnamese top leader also expressed confidence that ASEAN member states would strengthen unity, uphold ASEAN's centrality, and deepen practical cooperation to promote peace, stability, and development in the region. On behalf of ASEAN diplomats in Hanoi, the Philippine ambassador congratulated Vietnam on its socio-economic achievements and expressed confidence that the country would achieve its long-term development goals.
Now, another issue under discussion is how Vietnam's diplomatic policies can contribute more directly to national development. And that's what brought government leaders together on Tuesday.
And Prime Minister Lê Minh Hưng chaired their plenary session on the fourth working day of the 33rd Diplomatic Conference. The emphasis is now moving beyond connections and signed agreements towards measurable economic results. We Ngọc Trâm reports.
In 2024 and 2025, Vietnamese representative missions abroad organized more than 1,200 trade, investment, and tourism promotion activities and helped advance around 230 international cooperation agreements. These figures demonstrate diplomacy's role in opening doors. In the new period, however, the benchmark is being raised from the number of activities organized to their final economic outcomes.
The responsibility of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and every official engaged in economic diplomacy must not end with the signing of an agreement. It must continue until commitments are implemented, projects are licensed, capital is disbursed, and facilities become operational.
As we integrate into global economy, we must understand the world and adopt international standards. At the same time, we must understand our own capabilities and absorptive capacity so that we can develop a logical and practical plan to attract what we need.
One tangible contribution of economic diplomacy to Vietnam's growth has been the negotiation and implementation of free trade agreements. The Vietnam-Israel Free Trade Agreement is one example. Nearly 2 years after the VIFTA came into effect, bilateral trade reached approximately $1.93 billion in the first 6 months of 2026, with Vietnam's exports to Israel rising by nearly 36%.
Economic, trade, and investment cooperation remains an important priority. We aim to maintain annual bilateral trade growth of more than 10% and reach $6 billion within the next 3 years.
Only when the role of representative missions is translated into substantive and sustained support will Vietnamese businesses gain the confidence to expand their operations and create new value in international markets.
We expect Vietnamese representative missions to continue strengthening their role as a bridge by proactively providing information, forecasting market trends, and connecting businesses with local authorities, partners, and business associations.
This Vietnamese milk brand in my hand is now also sold in China and several other overseas markets, while its producers also operate factories in Russia capable of processing 500 tons of milk a day. Behind the visible results is the less visible work of economic diplomacy, opening markets and supporting overseas investment. The next stage is to go further, turning diplomatic ties into concrete projects, connecting businesses with technology, finance, and high-quality partners, and measuring success by the markets opened, barriers removed, and investment delivered. Ngọc Trâm, reporting for Vietnam Today.